everybody to We Talk Film. I am your host, Barry, joined as always by Clayton. How you doing,
Hello. I'm doing really good, Barry. How are you?
I'm doing well, getting by. You know,
Getting by?
we're going to be talking about a couple films today. One of them I quite enjoyed. The other one, That was a movie we saw.
Yeah, I think a movie we saw is probably too much of a higher praise for it. But don't worry, Barry. Today's episode is going to be over in a flash because we're getting straight into the news. Newsweek today.
Newsweek today. Here it is. It's the news, everybody. The time of the podcast where you hear all the most up-to-date news and find out if Barry's heard the news or not.
Barry heard the news? Probably.
Barry heard the news? I don't listen to the news. I don't really pay attention to the news.
I don't know, man. I send you some wacky things. Let's go. Stories are in no particular order. Some random shit happened this week. Our first story, Barry. Did you know Arnold Schwarzenegger said that he could have been president if he wanted to? If he was allowed to?
Most likely. Yeah, I would not be surprised. They would have come up with some law that would have gotten him in to be president at one point. Especially when he's big into his fame and everything like that. That would have been really cool to see because then it would have been like the Simpsons timeline where he actually did become president.
Yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, yeah. He reportedly said that if he wasn't born in Austria, he would have won straight away. It would have been no challenge, whether it was 2016 election or the 2024 one he mentioned.
Yep. So let's go again. Let's get him into the 2024 one. We'll change the law so anyone can be president. Don't even have to be from America.
Yeah. He'd probably do a good job. I mean, he was already
He'll do a lot better than the majority of the people.
Oh, it's all right. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden doesn't even know he's the president, so he could just step in.
You're like, what? I'm president. Who's going to play me?
Oh, man. Okay, next story. The Jurassic Park screenwriter, the original one, right? He confirmed or announced that he didn't want Jeff Goldblum's character in the movie. And that the first draft, that character was excluded. Ian Malcolm was not in the movie in the first draft. But Steven Spielberg insisted on it after seeing Jeff Goldblum be like, yo, I want to do this performance. So Spielberg's like, well, now the next draft, you have to put him back in. And the screenwriter apparently hated it until he saw the movie. And he was like, that works.
Yeah, that works. It works quite well. That's one of the best things about that movie is Jeff Goldblum's character in that film. It wasn't so great in the second one. But
that's because the second one just wasn't very good. No, I liked the second one. It's the third one that was awful.
Oh yeah, third one's.
But yes, no. Can you imagine Jurassic Park without a life? Finds a way. It wouldn't work.
It wouldn't carry the franchise because that's what they still use in the new Jurassic World. That's that line carried it.
Maybe that would have been good because we wouldn't have the Jurassic World movies.
No, they still would have made Jurassic World. As long as Jurassic Park made $1 billion and as long as Jurassic World keeps making billions of dollars, they're still going to continue that franchise.
Never mind. Anyway, in other news that's really good, Zack Snyder showing off a behind-the-scenes featurette trailer on Rebel Moon gets everyone excited.
I know, it looks really good as well. I'm super pumped for it. This is definitely becoming my very much anticipated film of the year now. There still is Indiana Jones. I'm still very much looking for that. But after that is Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon just it sounds good.
It looks good. Everything I'm seeing from it is this movie looks amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, you can definitely see the Star Wars influence, which is really good. But it's also it's Star Wars, but it's not connected to Star Wars.
It's going to be a darker, grittier version of Star Wars, essentially.
I'm all for it. It looks
and I really
cool.
hope he does his whole Zack Snyder thing and does the whole 300 super bloody in some scenes, really slow-mo timed stuff and all that good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just some slow-mo war scenes.
Slow-mo war scenes in space.
It's crazy because can you remember when the last big sci-fi movie came out that was its own thing and it wasn't an existing franchise? It's it's been a while.
Well, since I would say if you could say that it's sci-fi would be Interstellar. would be the last one.
Yeah.
Interstellar,
No, that's up there.
yeah, because that was kind of its own independent thing and its own independent film as well. Like that didn't get a sequel. And
Yeah.
at least Rebel Moon, hopefully, if everything goes well, it will be getting. Well, it is getting part 2 anyway.
Yeah.
But
Or it's
maybe
getting a
from
longer
that,
version at least.
yeah, it's getting a longer version of it at least. But yeah, maybe this will become like a Netflix franchise-esque thing if it does well. So we'll see.
Hopefully it's good. Because
Yeah.
we'll keep an eye out for that when that comes out in December. And something else that's coming out, not in well, maybe in December, but it's next year. A new Alien movie is in the works from the director of Don't Breathe, Mr. Fede Alvarez.
Yes, it is. I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while because I'm pretty sure I'm the one that sent you the picture news of that
Yeah, you
thing.
did.
Yeah, no, because ever since I found out that he was making it behind it all, I'm just like, finally, someone else is taking lead of the Alien franchise and hopefully not going to ruin it like its creator has.
I've got high hopes for it because Don't Breathe was really tense.
Oh yeah.
It just like you swap the dude out for an alien, it fits. I want him to just kind of do that.
Yeah, I want them to go like old school with it, like the first Alien film, because like when they did Prometheus and Alien Covenant and everything like that. That's the thing. I really looked forward to those films when they came out. I went to go and see Prometheus and Alien Covenant at the films, and I really love what Ridley Scott was trying to do, like trying to do his old origin thing to it. But it's just like it wasn't the same. The only like key standout really in that entire thing was Michael Fassbender's performance as the robot. That's the only reason why I go back and watch those films because he's brilliant. He's a brilliant actor as well. So
was he in both of those or just
he was
Prometheus?
in both. No, he was in both. And the second one, he played himself twice. He played like an American robot version, then he played like the evil version. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I haven't seen the movies in ages. I mean, I still haven't gotten around to Alien Resurrection though.
yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah. Oh well, I have them all on DVD. I just can't bring myself to watch them. Anyway, that's bringing myself to watch. That's a terrible transition. Did you know Wes Anderson is making a new film for Netflix?
One for Netflix, exclusively for Netflix.
Exclusively for Netflix, based off a Roald Dahl short story.
Okay.
And the reason it's coming out on Netflix is because Netflix own the rights to the Roald Dahl stories, and also the movie is going to be 37 minutes long.
So, okay.
So Wes Anderson said, it's not really a movie.
No.
I don't care. It's not coming out in theaters. Netflix can have it. It's the perfect place for it. I'm like, okay, sure.
He's obviously just doing it for the paycheck. He's just like, yep, okay, cool. So is it going to be live action or like animated?
I think it's going to be live action, but
okay.
I mean, he said, what did he say? He said that he's been wanting to do this for a while. He's had this story in mind for a while, but he said that the best he can come up with it was really short. So he said it wouldn't have worked as a movie. So he's kind of happy that Netflix are taking it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It could be a cool 40-minute little short thing.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Sure. Let's just see what happens,
Yeah. I'm all for it. I mean, dude did really good with Fantastic Mr. Fox, and that was also Roald Dahl, so
yeah,
who knows, man?
Well, that's why, I was thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe he's doing like an animated thing again, like the same type of style as Fantastic Mr. Fox. I was like, if so, that would be kind of cool.
No, apparently it's live action. We haven't seen really or heard anything about it, so it could be animated. Don't hold me to either of those statements. I'm just trying to remember what I got written down. Anyway, speaking of trying to remember something, did you know Pete Davidson accidentally bought a ferry when he was stoned?
You bought a what? A ferry?
Yeah. During press for the newest Transformers movie, Pete Davidson admitted that he accidentally bought a ferry in Staten Island and he doesn't know where it is, but it keeps costing him money.
What the hell, man? I was thinking like he might have thought like fairies were real, like mythical type of fairies. But no, it's actually like an actual
like
boat.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know which one it is, but it's costing him money. Oh my gosh, he is the biggest fucking idiot in the world. I'm sorry. Every time I look at him.
What his, do you want to know what his quote about it was?
What's his quote?
This is a real quote. So imagine him saying this. He goes, hopefully it turns into a transformer and gets the fuck out of there so it stops costing me money.
Oh, man. All right. Go
Oh,
Pete
that's really
Davidson. I
funny.
suppose you own a ferry and you're losing money.
Yeah. He just owns a ferry somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. That's it for Newsweek. Not a lot happened this week, I will say. It's been pretty slow.
Yeah.
Haven't
Pretty
had
slow.
much.
Pretty slow. It feels like a very short week as well.
Yes.
I will admit. Like so much stuff
Yeah.
happened in this past week. It's just like whoa,
I
whoa, whoa,
know.
whoa, whoa. It's gone already.
I know. Well, you could say that it was over in a flash. That's
I know it's the wrong movie, but yeah.
it should be that movie.
It should
Can we
be
go
that
see
movie.
that movie
Can we go see that
instead?
movie
Sorry.
instead? Yeah. We'll talk about
Please.
Flash Gordon instead.
Oh.
But I
Okay.
suppose since before we get to the Flash, we watched another film that's just come out
Oh, we did.
onto Netflix. So spoiler alert, everybody. Today we're going to be obviously talking about The Flash, which we'll do later on. But first of all, we'll get into Extraction 2, starring Chris Hemsworth.
Whoa.
That is now, as of yesterday, on Netflix. So
Yes.
Oh, 2 days now. Past 2 days. Yeah, past 2 days. It's already been on Netflix. And yes, this is a sequel to the 2020 Extraction film done by I forget his name, but it was based upon a comic, which we found out in last week's episode of the podcast, which is all talking about
Sam
comics
Hargrave.
and everything. Yeah, where he's back yet again, and it just basically tags on from the end of the first one where he gets shot up and dies. And after barely surviving his grievous wounds from his mission in Dhaka, Bangladesh, Tyler Rake is back. And his team is ready to take on their next mission, which is extracting his sister's not his sister, his ex-wife's sister and her family. And then a whole bunch of stuff happens. The Russian mob comes after him, and basically action ensues. And he extracts them and has a 22-minute one-shot action sequence, which was the best 22 minutes of my entire life.
It was the best 22 minutes of this film. That is for sure.
That is for sure. I mean, it's no 1917, but
no, this is very different. I mean, the first Extraction had the same thing for about, it was about 7 or 8 minutes. They had this chase fight scene in the streets of like Mumbai or somewhere. But they just one-upped it here. They one-upped everything here, except for the writing.
Yeah, the writings and the story for this one ain't great.
Oh man,
it ain't great.
No, it was written by Joe Russo. You know how one half of the Russo brothers, the guys who did the Avengers Endgame, and those guys.
Yeah, we needed the other half of the Russo. We need both.
Well, he helped produce. I don't know, man. It just seems like this movie was a dumb Netflix action film, but it was really good in some parts. It was weird how good parts of this movie were, and then how bad the rest of it was.
Yep.
I don't get it.
Nah, neither do I. There was a lot of things with it, but saying that, the action sequence, that 22-minute action sequence, was a big thing, and they're like just promoting all that because there's actually is, I'm pretty sure, like a behind the scenes thing you can watch now of the making of that sequence, and I watched like a bit of it. It is absolutely phenomenal. That level of detail and that amount of action to happen all consistently like that. Obviously, it's like shot in separate scenes and everything like we know as filmmakers how they all do it and stuff like that. But just the level of detail and preparation to still have it in combination together for those 22 minutes straight, like going from the prison to basically being on a train, like and just doing that whole sequence was like phenomenal. Like obviously we do have movies like 1917 that was the entire film all shot one sequence, but 1917 doesn't have this amount of action on what they did. This was like hundreds of people in the background, especially in the when they were in the prison, all fighting one another, and then Chris Hemsworth coming in and fight with a whole bunch of actors, and then they're getting into vehicles, and then they're going onto trains, and it was just a whole ride through, and it was absolutely amazing until obviously the train crashes.
And that's kind of where the movie crashes for me as well, because it's like this segment happens middle but towards the start of this movie. This is the first major action piece, and after that it's just kind of downhill. Everything gets stupider. It already gets crazy, and I mean this section itself was so unbelievable. It was so stupid. The dude should have had like 27 concussions. He should have been dying by the end of that. Everyone in that train should have had major injuries. Everyone should have been dead. But I will
Somehow,
say,
they're still kicking.
I will say that I liked it. I liked it. I liked this movie. It was good. I like it.
It was a good little action film, especially to the other film that we're going to be talking about later on. But yeah, no, it was a good like action film. Definitely, yeah, the action is a big one up from what they did in the first one. I still feel like though for this one, you could tell a lot of it was because of COVID protocols and stuff like that, where they didn't have that issue in the first one. So it's a very still limited cast and limited people in the background of like, well, very isolated. I suppose the settings were for this one a lot more than the first one, because obviously the first one it was in Bangladesh, and they actually filmed it there in the city streets and everything like that. And watching the behind the scenes of how they filmed that one, it felt like a lot more intrusive in how they filmed it all compared to this one. This one was just like, oh, we can like plan out where we're gonna shoot and like have studios already prepared and everything like that, because they had a bigger budget for this one as well. But it was just a lot of guns, a lot of action. Chris Hemsworth was being like, yeah, I'm badass, no one can kill me. And obviously you got the Russo brothers basically trying to make their own action MCU, because
I guess
a big character that I didn't expect to be in this, I didn't know he was going to be in this film at all, was Idris Elba.
I know. He was in this movie for like 2 minutes and he was like my favorite character in this whole movie.
I did it. There was no promo stuff or anything like that, or at least I haven't seen of him being in this film.
No,
I'm actually looking at the cast now on IMDb, and they actually don't have Idris Elba on the cast for this film.
Yeah.
So obviously they kept it a bit of a secret. But yeah, it's got Idris Elba being his British self, his Cockney self. But you're like, oi, mate, I've got a mission for you. You know, you go do this. Go and get your ex-wife's sister. Everything will be good, yeah? And then he comes back in the end once Tyler like nearly dies again. And he's just like, oi, there's this big boss man. He's got to set us up with some good jobs, yeah? And then that's obviously going to be setting up for Extraction 3, which I'm pretty sure they did confirm today is in the works.
Yes.
So
they announced it the day that it came out on Netflix. Okay. They're like, oh, by the way, there's a third one as well. And I'm like, you know what, fair. I'm all right to watch another one of these.
And now a lot of people are speculating like who's going to be the big actor they're going to get to play Robert Downey Jr. Whoa.
Iron Man. It's just the MCU again.
Yeah, they're essentially trying to get like MCU actors into their own action movie franchise. They're trying to make Expendables, but with people from the MCU.
I mean, it works. They're big actors. They sell. If Chris Hemsworth wasn't in this, I probably wouldn't have watched the first one.
No, definitely not. You know,
definitely not. Wouldn't have heard about it.
No.
But yeah, being as that he's an Australian actor, there is quite a lot of Australian references in this. I mean, he's watching the football at one point.
Yeah. He's got his chickens.
About things.
You know, his chickens in his house.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
I like that. That was a huge draw for me, at least. And yeah, watching 2 hours of dumb action with Chris Hemsworth, it didn't get tiring. It just made me yell at the screen a couple times because I'm like, that's stupid. That was dumb. Or this, I'm like,
well, there's like a scene in the trailer that you showed me the other day when we're looking at it, where when on the train and obviously the helicopter starts shooting at him, and he just hides behind a ladder that can clearly get shot at, and it's just like very thin ladder as well, and it's just like, all right, buddy, good job.
This movie felt like one big Call of Duty mission. Is you can hide behind a table and bullets can't get you.
Yep.
You know, no one can hit you if you're running away or stuff like this. It was just it's full of dumb cliche action movie tropes.
Yeah, and that was like a thing compared to the first one, where the first one felt very real, almost like how they actually took cover behind proper walls and stuff like that,
mhm.
and all the combat felt very more realistic. And then this one comes in, it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get my big chain gun out, and then there's like a big mini gun on top of the train as well that he just starts firing
Yeah.
at a helicopter, and it's just like, okay, yep. And I was hoping they would like
Yeah.
continue the whole like proper tactical approach to it, but this is like, I suppose like bigger
No.
action films doing stupid stuff like this, it does like people prefer it more than having like realistic
Mhm.
films and everything like that. Because there is another
Yeah.
film that has also come out on Prime at the moment called The Covenant, which we might cover in a later
Whoa.
podcast episode. That's about like obviously military and looks very, very realistic, and that's obviously been done by Guy Ritchie. So,
Mhm, mhm.
but not getting much
Yes, I
buzz
will
about it.
say
Not getting much buzz about that one. So, not
no,
compared to
it seems like
Extraction.
not a lot of yeah, not a lot of people are watching that one, and that proves your point that, yeah, people love the big flashy action stuff, and I do too, when it's done good and it's entertaining or it's at least fresh, like the whole shooting a helicopter on a train. I mean, that was cool to look at,
Yep.
even though it was really stupid
Oh yeah.
and it doesn't make any sense, but it looked cool.
Yep.
So I guess I can give it some praise for that. Ah, yeah. Well, Extraction 2.
Extraction 2.
Yeah, the first
There
one's
was
better. This
people,
one's
they were
kinda cool.
shooting, had the Russian mob. That
Yeah,
was pretty
they
just
extracted some
strange.
people.
They extracted some people.
Yeah.
Yaz died.
Mm,
There was a character called Yaz, which
yeah.
is Nikki's brother in this. She was from the first one, which is basically like Chris
Oh, yep.
Hemsworth's handler. Her brother
Mhm,
dies on the mission as well. Big rip to Yaz,
mhm, mhm.
but obviously someone had to die. You can't kill Chris
I'm glad
Hemsworth.
someone did die because it's like they had a crew of 3 people and they were just surviving
Oh
everything,
yeah.
taking
Yeah.
on armies.
Yeah.
I'm like, "You all should have been dead within 2 minutes of this movie, but whatever. Kill
Yeah.
someone off at least."
Kill someone off at
But, you know
least.
but yeah, no, it's got me hyped for the next one, I suppose. It's like, I love a cool action movie. We don't get much that are at least entertaining now, so it's cool
Yeah.
to at least have that, if not anything else. Like,
Well, that's the
whatever.
thing. Yeah, like it's going to be
Done.
interesting now to see what they actually do. I really feel like this was kind of like the in between one as to what they want to actually do, but they obviously had to like make an in between
Okay.
movie to introduce Idris Elba's character and also to add
Yeah, yeah.
in like a tease to who the big boss man is type thing.
Whoa.
Where they
Yeah.
probably like because they probably didn't expect to get like making a second one most likely when they made the first
Well,
one
I
because the
assume so.
first
He
one is just
dies at the end of the first one.
yeah, and so they're
Yeah.
just like, oh, he's back now, and then they actually
Whoa.
added more like ideas from the original comic book that compared to the first
Okay.
one because like in the comic book it's actually meant to be the sister or something was meant to be extracted in the first one in Bangladesh or something like that, or it
Okay.
was a girl or something like that
Right.
instead of a boy compared to the first one. And then like a couple characters were meant to be already in the first one, but they've put them in this one now. Like Idris Elba's character, and then
Yeah.
Idris Elba's character is meant to be like a American guy type thing, not a British.
Ah,
But it's just like Idris Elba. He just makes everything
fair
better.
enough.
Also, add him as the next James
Yeah.
Bond. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, no, fair. It looks really cool. The idea of it seems like they're kind of doing a John Wick thing, building it up. Now the first one's the best one, then they're just going a bit wacky with it, and they're
Yep.
building up this, excuse me, these hidden figures
So the next
and
one's going
a
to be
whole
called
bunch of stuff.
Extraction 3 Parabellum. And then the next one is going to be called Extraction 4. Yeah, we forgot about the
Yeah.
subtitles.
You forgot about the subtitles is the subtitle. That's really
uh,
funny you mentioned that because the director Sam Hargrave said that he wants John Wick to fight Tyler Rake in a movie. He said if he could put them together, he'd make them fight.
yep. Why
I'm like,
not?
"Oh
Let's make it
god,
happen. You know,
that'd be
well, they are
that
in
would be
talks at
really
the
good."
moment for
Oh,
continuing the John Wick franchise. They are continuing from number 4.
yeah.
They have not confirmed as to what they have stated yet because I think a few things might be happening behind the scenes before John Wick 4 comes out on digital, unless it's already out on digital. I don't know. But I would not be surprised if we start hearing for the digital release, they're going to put the alternate ending of Keanu Reeves surviving because
I
it's not
hope
the
not.
first time they've done that in films.
Yeah, I
So
mean, that's true. They did that with this one. He died at the end of the first one, and now he's back, so
now we're
it's
back.
whatever.
Well, he
And I
didn't
guess
actually
that
die in the
didn't.
first one because he like kind of reappeared with that kid in the background. So,
Yeah, I
and
don't
then
know.
like they don't talk about that scene at all in this one, which makes zero
No,
sense as well. You know,
they don't mention the
continuity,
kid.
Russo's continuity. We know that, and we're just starting
Thing
as
is-
filmmakers. We haven't even made film yet.
Oh, to be fair, I watched this movie without remembering a single thing that happened in the first one, apart from there was a really cool fight scene that
Yeah,
went for a really long time. I'm like,
yeah.
wait, he was rescuing a kid or something? He
Yeah,
was doing,
well,
I'm
that's
like,
the
huh?
thing about
I don't
Extraction
remember.
2. They actually start off with the end of the first one, which was like
Mm.
quite nice to add that in because it's like, oh yeah, that's right. It was at the
Previously
bridge, and
on
then he got
Extraction.
and then he got
Yeah,
shot
yeah,
in the
yeah.
neck and in the
I
chest
like
and
that.
nearly died essentially. And then I'm surprised he didn't die of like some weird disease thing that he would have gotten in the
Something,
polluted
yeah.
water, just in the junk heap.
Definitely. Yeah. He should have 7 diseases at least from that.
Oh yeah,
Then yeah, he should have died
but he's
30 more
Australian. He's
times
Chris
in the next
Hemsworth. He's
20 minutes.
immune.
True, he is
I'm
Australian.
exactly
He's got
like
the
him. We're built exactly the same.
Bro's literally him.
I'm literally
Yeah,
him.
in Avengers Endgame
Yep,
specifically.
yep. Okay, Clayton. So, what are your final thoughts on Extraction 2?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Extraction 2, if you're a fan of dumb action movies and you can turn your brain off for 2 hours, it's an enjoyable movie. There's not much more else to that. Some cool, well thought out action scenes, terrible writing, characters you don't care about or remember their names. But it's cool to see Chris Hemsworth do Call of Duty style action shit. So, I'm gonna give Extraction 2 5 out of 10.
Yeah, yeah, that seems
Yeah,
reasonable.
5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
it's
thing. Like, it was
reasonable.
just, yeah, above and beyond what they did for the first one. More action, more Chris Hemsworth, more everything just going
Yeah.
wrong along the way. Absolutely hated the character that played as the son in
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah.
ex sister in law's son. He was
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
damn, you stupid
Annoying.
fucking kid.
Awful.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but he was every single time when he was making decisions. I was just like, God damn it.
Oh, just the worst
The
decisions.
worst.
Honestly, just the worst kid in
Yeah,
every movie. It's
in
him.
every movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna give
I'm
Extraction 2
going
out
to
of
give
10, bro?
Extraction 2 a 5 out of 10, just because
Okay.
solely of that 22-minute action sequence was very impressive.
fair.
And I have like a lot of ideas what I want to do now when I start filming my one take scenes and everything like that. Because I will admit, like that was very impressive. The amount of action and everything that was going
Oh,
on
yeah.
in those 22 minutes compared to 1917,
Mhm.
this was like just so much like what I'm gonna have to probably rewatch it again to see like pick up on subtle details.
Mhm.
And there's also like a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I really want to find out how they actually did shoot it and all like got it in order of things.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Very
nice,
cool.
very cool, very cool.
Technical. It would be really cool if the Russo brothers could take that and put that in an Avengers movie. Like that would be really cool.
That would
We
be
just-
cool. A one
follow,
take
like-
MCU film.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
doing
even
it.
just
I'm
a
doing it
one-take
now. I'm
battle.
doing it now.
Can you imagine like Spider-Man fighting off against Kangs and Secret War, and it's just him swinging. We follow him the whole time, and he's running around, and
That would be
everything's
so
happening
cool.
around it.
That would be
Stuff
so
like that
cool.
would be really cool. And I know that I don't think the Russo brothers are doing the next Avengers movie,
No,
but
no.
whoever is should take that idea because
Yeah.
that's really cool, and it's a
That is
cool
really
way
cool.
to make your action scene stand out and be entertaining. Like the best
Yeah.
part of this movie was that. So
Yep.
you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, well, speaking of superhero films though, Barry, what are we doing
Speaking
now?
of superhero films, oh yeah, here it comes, everyone.
You are?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Yeah, we saw Batman, everybody. We saw the return of Michael Keaton as Batman, and that's the only saving grace of this year's Flash film. So yes, as you could tell, Clayton and I saw The Flash 2023 starring Ezra Miller as the Flash, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, Sasha Calle, Michael Shannon, Ron Livingston, a whole bunch of actors. Jeremy Irons even came back.
Yeah.
It even had Tamara
Yeah.
Morrison, and we'll get into some other actors later on that made
Yeah.
special appearances. So yes,
Oh, boy.
we we went to see this film a day early before I think the world actually saw it.
We did.
And which was quite lucky for us living in Australia sometimes, because they're like, oh yeah, we'll just release it early in Australia because no one cares about what Australians say.
We ran really fast and we went back in time in order to watch this movie early, and we should have saved our money.
Oh, yeah.
It was really funny because afterwards, Brianna, who's from our TAFE class, her brother was convinced that we were making it up, that we went to see it. He was like, "No, it's not out yet. How'd you guys see it?" I'm like, well,
we went
just
back.
Gonna have to believe
we
me.
went back in time.
We went back. And Michael Keaton was there for some reason.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
Didn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense at all. There were two berries and there was multiple Claytons. And man.
Yep. Back to the Future was starring Tom Cruise. It was weird. And
oh boy, man.
Okay.
Yeah. What a film.
The Flash takes the "you want to get nuts, let's get nuts" idea and just balls to the walls. Makes a terrible fucking movie. It gets nuts. All right, so let me give you the background of what's happening in this one. Basically, the Flash, he's kind of getting sick of doing Ben Affleck's chores, saving babies from falling towers and all sorts of terrible stuff.
Microwaving babies. Don't forget the microwaving babies. He microwaves babies, everyone. He microwaved a baby. Out of context, that seems so bad, but he literally microwaved a baby. He put a baby in the microwave.
It's Ezra Miller, I believe it.
Yep.
So basically, Ezra put the baby in a microwave, and Andy was filming the whole time. They used it in the movie.
Oh man! Oh man!
Oh, so yeah, after he microwaves a baby, Wonder Woman shows up for a bit. She's there for 2 seconds. It's dumb. She is why it doesn't matter. They fight some unnamed bad guys. The Flash is like, "Oh, I realized I can run really fast and go back in time." And Ben Affleck's like, "Oh, you probably shouldn't do that. That's bad." So he does it anyway, and he goes back in time to save his mom. He puts a soup can of tomatoes in a shopping trolley, and then all of a sudden, Michael Keaton's there, and the world's going to shit, and General Zod's attacking, and there's two Ezra Millers. He loses his powers. The other Ezra Miller gets powers, and then they team up with Batman. They rescue Superman. But it's not Superman, it's Supergirl. And then they fight General Zod, and then everyone dies. And he runs back in time to fix it over and over and over again until Evil Flash shows up for about 2 seconds, and the credits roll because they're Ezra Miller, and that's it. That's the whole fucking movie.
Oh, and don't forget it. They also have George Clooney.
Yeah. Cool. Now you don't need to see it. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. This has been the shortest podcast we've ever done, and we'll catch you next time.
We're really fast with it. We're like
really fast with it. We're like the Flash. We put babies in microwaves. So yes, I completely understand now why Warner Brothers have not done anything about Ezra Miller. Because they're just like he's just acts the way that he is in real life in this film, just wacky and insane, and this is a type of film where I was very much looking forward to it because of what a lot of big celebrities who have previously seen this film were like super amazed by it, everything like that. And I wanted this film to be good. I really did. This was going to be the last connecting DC EU. That's all connected to Zack Snyder's film and everything like that. I wore my favorite jacket, my best jacket, my crew shirt, and everything for it. And this was just a train wreck. The CGI was bad. The acting on everyone was just bad in general. Yeah. Why the fuck was this movie even made in the first place? I understand like they were probably going to lose money and they didn't release it whatsoever. But it was just like the only saving grace of this entire film is Michael Keaton returning as Batman. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That is the only saving grace of this entire movie.
Okay.
Was just seeing seeing the Batcave and seeing Michael Keaton return in the suit as an older Batman was just absolutely amazing. Oh, and there was obviously the scenes where they have a couple of the actors, like Christopher Reeve, like the weird CGI actor faces, and actually seeing George Clooney return as Bruce Wayne, which I never thought I would see in a million years because he absolutely hates that.
I have to tell you more about that scene in a little bit, but yeah. So before we do that, why don't we talk about what we liked from this movie? Because that's going to be the shortest segment of the podcast. So how about I kick it off?
You kick it off.
I'll give you some things that I like. So our number one was, of course, Michael Keaton's Batman. It was just cool to see.
Yeah.
He didn't do much.
No,
it's some cool shit.
It was cool. It was
It
cool
was
seeing
cool.
the Tim Burton Batcave again. It was cool seeing the Batmobile and the
Yeah.
Batwing and the theme music every time he was coming in. And it was just like, this is cool. It's like, I want
Yeah.
Michael
From
Keaton
Batman.
to
Yeah.
like return as Batman again for future stuff. If they ever do a Batman
Ooh,
Beyond,
Batman
just
Beyond?
get Michael
Yeah.
Keaton as the Batman.
Mhm.
It's like, please just
You're thinking
do
what
it,
I was
James
thinking.
Gunn. Just do it.
It would fit. It would work. It would work. It would fit.
work.
That would be really cool. Do it as like an Elseworld story. That way you don't have to worry about connecting it to shit.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just
Elseworld,
have
Batman
Michael.
Beyond. There you go. Bang.
Just have Michael Keaton as Batman.
Oh,
Simple as that.
man. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it already. My God. But yeah, some other things that I liked. I don't know how you feel, but I kind of liked Supergirl in this movie, even though she didn't do much. She felt kind of cool.
Yeah, I felt like she was just there. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they needed
It's just
someone
like,
who could fight Zod.
exactly.
Because
Exactly.
no one else can
Exactly.
fight Zod. It was so stupid. But yeah.
Like, yeah, it was kind of a nice addition instead of like a weird, skinnier alternate version of Superman, which is what they do in the comics. It was
Yeah, I'm
actually
kinda
like,
glad they
oh,
didn't
let's
do that.
actually get Supergirl. Well, a different version of
yeah,
Supergirl,
yeah.
and everything like that for it. And it was actually like, oh, that's actually quite a nice little spin
It was
upon
cool.
things.
I liked that,
So-
and some of the fight scenes with her were really cool when she's kicking dudes off of a mountain, and
Oh yeah.
even her going up against Zod.
Yep.
That stuff was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
That was probably when the movie was the strongest, was when the Flash wasn't on screen. But
Exactly. Exactly.
but another thing I will give this movie is it's the funniest DC film
Oh
because
yeah.
it's
By
so
far.
bad.
It is so
I was laughing at it
wacky.
the whole way through.
It is
It
so
was so stupid.
like it's just fun to watch and laugh, but only once. If you watch this again, you're a madman, and that's coming from an actual madman.
I know. Tell me about it. How he finds out the world's gone to shit is when there's a different actor playing Marty McFly in Back to the Future. It doesn't take
That's
another
right.
version of him
That's right.
or Zod
Eric
attacking
Stoltz.
or any of this. It's when Eric Stoltz is Marty McFly, Ezra Miller loses it. I gotta fix this world. I gotta get back.
Fix this world. Oh God, we can't have that.
So stupid. And then yeah. Oh God, this movie had Now was there anything you liked about this movie, Bear?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. There was obviously some elements, especially obviously Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yep.
Seeing that, and yeah, like you're saying about the fight sequences with Supergirl and everything like that. That's the thing, because those fight sequences are basically they just copied what Zack Snyder did in Man of Steel with Superman's fight sequences. If you actually watch the fight sequences and everything like that, yeah, that's why they're good. Because that was actually like quite cool to see how they were doing all that, and then it's like, oh, they're just doing what Zack did. It's like, yeah, that's like how you meant to do it, type thing. Just copy what they did. But yeah, like it felt like a big mess of a film, and that it's like,
oh, definitely,
here's the end result for it. And like obviously there has been a lot of behind the scenes stuff with Ezra Miller, everything like that for it. And I'm not even sure how much of him was in this film, because a lot of it's CGI and stuff like that. And obviously they had to do something to make this film work. And that's the thing. It still kind of does work. I have seen worse films, but this was just like not what I was expecting, especially when you have James Gunn going on Twitter. And obviously this is up to everyone's personal individual opinion. He was saying that this is going to be the best film of the year. And he was comparing that to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah, I think that's more of just that's his work, so he doesn't want to compare it too high, and he probably just had a good time laughing at this movie. I feel like that's what he's the kind of guy that would watch this and laugh his head off for 2 hours and be like, "Yeah, that was enjoyable. I like that."
Yeah,
which is what we did, to be fair.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But by the end of it, I wanted to run back in time and stop this movie from being made.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh God,
it's just a wacky type of good time film where it's just like you're just gonna sit back, don't think about it too much, just watch it, maybe with a few drinks, and then keep drinking progressively through it.
You forget this afterwards.
It will get better.
No, it won't.
Yeah,
it's definitely not the worst superhero movie that I've seen.
Oh, no.
worse movies.
Oh yeah,
This was at least enjoyable.
it
I'm
was.
glad that Ezra Miller is no longer the Flash. I'm glad that this DC universe is ending. I never thought I'd say that, Barry, but
Oh yeah.
I'm happy for a
Oh
reset.
yeah. No, I'm happy. I'm very
Yeah.
happy for a big reset and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like I know behind the scenes of how all that was going with Warner Brothers and everything like that, and I don't want to like see that happen again. But hopefully now we've got James Gunn in charge, and Peter Safran all going ahead with DC Studios, and the ideas what they have and what they're trying to lead out and everything like that sounds absolutely amazing. And it's almost like this is what I want to see in the future of the DC franchise. This is this is what I've always wanted to see for the DC universe coming to film and everything like that is what James Gunn is trying to do. That's the thing, because not only is he trying to integrate movies, he's trying to integrate video games, TV shows, and comic books all into the same universe as one another.
Oh god.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be mental because they have to
going to be
connect
mental.
all of that. Can you imagine like continuity team? They're gonna have like 60 people that all they do is read the comics
that's
and watch.
The reason why he has
this shirt was
hired
green.
like comic book writers. I'm pretty sure Tom King, one of my favorite comic book writers, is actually on his writing staff team for all this.
Ooh.
And you know, I am looking forward to it because, as we know, like James Gunn is a competent and a very good filmmaker at what he does. I mean, look at Guardians, look at Slither, look at this. Well, the Suicide Squad film that he did, which was brilliant. Like
it was really good. I have faith in James Gunn over pretty much anyone else that's involved on this DC team. It's like if anyone can do it, it's going to be him. So yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens. Who knows? Maybe Blue Beetle will be good. That comes out this year too.
Blue Beetle does look good. Blue Beetle does look good.
It looks kind of funky. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced on it yet.
Yeah,
but
I mean, this has brought my like DC level a bit down because don't forget we still got Aquaman this year.
A bit. I forgot about Aquaman. Is that
Aquaman? Yeah, that's meant to be the Lost Kingdom. Is meant to be this year.
That's right.
That's going to be a whole thing, and I just want just call it quits now type thing, and just let James Gunn's ones come out whenever they come out. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy for the reboot.
Speaking of Aquaman, doing another segue here. Let's talk about some cameos in this movie because this movie throws a lot at you.
And there was meant to be more cameos.
Cover up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, this movie tries to cover up its shitness by being like, "Hey, look, it's this thing from this. You remember this?
I remember this.
Throws member berries at you. You know?
I remember. You remember? I remember. Everyone remembers. I remember.
For me, Superman. I remember. Well, here's him looking like he's straight out of the PlayStation 2 game. Ooh. Yeah. And all right. So yeah, let's talk about it. Wonder Woman shows up in this movie.
Yeah, she does.
She says one line.
Well, she does a couple.
She's there.
She's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Ben Affleck wasn't really a cameo. He was there. Then who else shows up?
Obviously,
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve was in there using archival footage. Supergirl, because that's the thing, because there was meant to be a Supergirl film made back around when Christopher Reeve was there, or did they?
It sucks. Have you seen it?
Okay,
one of the worst rated films of all time.
Okay,
I don't know if it's that one or if it's its own thing, but yeah, it also might have been a made for TV one, similar to how The Flash was.
Okay,
but I know there was a terrible Supergirl movie, and
Helen Slater played as Supergirl, and they used archival footage. Obviously, it had Tamara Morrison in it as Aquaman's dad.
He was in it.
He was in it, and then we had Adam West as Batman, obviously using archival footage. And who else was in there?
The big one.
The big one.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh God, he looked awful.
It did look awful. And what was he fighting? Some big giant scorpion thing?
It was a spider. He was just fighting a giant space spider or something. I don't know. It felt weird. It was out of place. Every cameo during that segment where the Flash is running through time looking at all these other worlds, they were just the most awfully done CGI renditions of these characters. All they did was fight something or just stare at the camera for a few seconds.
Oh yeah.
They didn't say anything. It was awful. It was awful.
And do you know, like, have you heard the director, Andy Muschietti, who has also been slated to be the director of the next Batman film, by the way, Batman Brave and the Bold? So that's got to be interesting.
Yeah.
But did you hear the reason why the CGI looks so bad? Did you want to hear his explanation?
Oh, he said that it's meant to look bad, didn't
It
he,
was meant to
Mary?
look bad because it's meant to be from the Flash's perspective. And I'm just like, that's bullshit. That is
That doesn't make
bullshit.
sense.
It makes zero sense.
Has Ezra Miller got like a vision impairment or something? Are we
I mean, it
supposed
is
to be
Ezra
like,
Miller. Yeah. So we're in the mindset in the world of Ezra Miller. This is how Ezra Miller sees things.
it looks shit because he's crazy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's the poorest excuse for bad CGI I've ever seen. I mean, She-Hulk had better CGI than this movie,
Oh, yeah.
and that was awful.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you've got how much does this movie cost to make? Let's see.
It was like
Budget
250.
to $220 million.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You can get a shit ton of good CGI for that.
Yep.
Barry, we've seen it before.
Oh, yeah.
It's disappointing. And
Oh, yeah.
at least for a Batman movie, he shouldn't need that much CGI. So hopefully, at least that'll be better.
Yeah.
But
And then
no,
obviously, yeah,
this
we did
movie's
have
awful.
Jason Momoa return as Aquaman again right at the end,
Yep.
getting drunk
In the
with
post-credit
Barry.
scene, it was
And yeah, that was just a thing. And then
yeah.
obviously, yeah, George Clooney as well, reprising his role
Yep,
as
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Let's talk about that, right? Did you know the film originally had 2 different endings before George Clooney said yes? They one that they filmed where he shows up at the courthouse and Michael Keaton's Batman and the Supergirl are there.
Yes,
Like he's just
I
saved.
did know about that
No
one because
explanation.
there actually is behind the scenes pictures of that one that I saw a year ago.
Yeah.
So
that would have been stupid because it's like, oh, I went back and reset it, but I kind of saved them. It doesn't make any sense. That would have been stupid.
Yep.
I'm glad they didn't go with that.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah. So they had that one planned. They also had another one written where it would be Keaton's Batman, that Supergirl, as well as Cavill's Superman, and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman there for some reason.
Okay.
Didn't shoot that one.
Yeah.
And anyway, so they showed George Clooney the finished film, and he was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll come back for the scene," and that's why he's in it. He wasn't gonna do it until he watched the movie, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it."
Probably as well because he's like, "Oh well,
Yeah.
Ben Affleck came back for it. I'll come back for it."
And Keaton,
Yeah.
it might he might have been like, "Okay, Keaton was in it."
Should have got Val
Or
Kilmer.
they offered him a lot of money. All the VFX budget went to getting Clooney for. No, I don't think we can really get Val Kilmer back. Might have been a bit. I'm glad he didn't come back for it. I'm sure he's got better things to do, like spending time with his family and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, this movie had a shit ton of cameos. Yeah, I say only watch it if you're drunk, or if you've got like $20 burning a hole in your pocket and you need to get rid of it right now, or you will die.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh yeah.
We already told you what happens. You don't need to see it.
You don't need to see it anymore. You don't. Just
Yeah.
wait. Just
We
wait
did-
until James Gunn's new Flashpoint comes out eventually in the next 10 years. But this is
Yeah.
what I
We
still
did
don't
you
get
guys a
about it
favor.
right. Like, still currently
Uh-oh.
on Rotten Tomatoes, it still has a review rating
67.
of 67 and an audience
Yes.
score at 86. I'm just like,
Who the
fuck is liking this film so much? Are they
don't
liking
know,
it because it is so stupid? Or
Maybe. I don't know, man. Maybe they just like got a bunch of like blind and deaf people to go sit in the theater, and they were like, "Oh, I liked it. I like it." It's like,
yeah,
I
because
don't know.
even like I'm looking at top critic reviews now. This is one day by Donald Clark by the Irish Times. A thundering mess that ends with the usual boring battle in a CGI sky. But on a scene-by-scene basis, the Flash passes the time better than Gunn's own puzzling laundered Suicide Squad. And he gave it 3 out of 5. And that was a good review.
What?
Yeah.
Suicide Squad was way better than this movie.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
The Flash is
Yeah,
bright
who's-
and fleet-footed, continuing DC's welcome departure from the leading sluggish greyness of the earlier entries. I'm just like, but that's the whole point. That's what they were trying to do with the other entries. They were trying to make it gritty. It's the whole reason why there is a black and white version of Zack Snyder's Justice League out there. And everyone should go and watch it right now. Even though I don't get paid or anything, but you should go and see it anyway.
Look, it's better than this. Anything that's better than this, go watch that.
Yeah, exactly. Go and watch Extraction 2.
Steel with Shaquille O'Neal. That
Yeah,
DC
that's
movie's
right.
better
That
than
DC
this
movie's better than this. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. No, what was I going to say? I had something I was going to say about it. but I forgot because you just started talking. And I was like, my mind blank. I didn't want to think about the Flash anymore.
Yeah, we just don't want to think about it anymore. It was a film that we saw that we deeply kind of regret, but that's the thing. We're looking forward to the future now. We're looking forward to what James Gunn has in store.
Yes. This movie bombed at the box office. It's doing a lot worse than expected. So there's that, at least.
Good.
It's currently sitting just below Black Adam, where the Black Adam was on its opening weekend, and that was getting bombed a little bit. So it's doing worse than Black Adam, which is surprising because considering how hyped this movie, I think everyone would have just gone and seen it the weekend it came out.
Oh, no.
But obviously not. It seems like people waited for reviews on this one.
No, because I saw like their estimate budget thing, I think a week ago or whatever, where they're like, oh yeah, we're going to make this on our opening weekend. I'm just like, that ain't happening.
Yeah, no.
Like, even though there is a lot of big promo and advertising for it, which is probably where they spent most of the budget for this now, I would not be surprised because of like trying to rectify what Ezra Miller's name is and everything like that. It was still one of those types of films, even when I saw the advertising for it. For like the average film viewer, for people that don't know about comics and everything like that, which is still a large majority of people that go and see films and everything like that. Yeah. I'm just like, if I didn't know comics, if I didn't know these characters, I would have no interest in seeing this film. It didn't felt new at all. Even the trailers and promo stuff looked like a complete mess for it.
Definitely.
And everything like that.
If you took the nostalgia and the comic book stuff out of it, this movie would have been unwatchable.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Like, if you didn't have Keaton's Batman, you just had some random guy, or if you didn't have Zod or anything, it would have just been like the worst movie ever made. And it relies on those points really heavily, which I guess is for the movie's benefit, but it's only so much that can do to this dumpster fire of a movie. It was honestly the worst movie that I've seen this year.
Yeah, and that's saying something because we've watched quite a few films this year, and there has been a lot of good films this year. I mean, we gave Guardians like 9 and 9.5, and then like this.
I gave it a 10.
That's right, you gave it a 10. You sure?
Yeah, I did. That was my first 10. I don't think I've given anything a negative review.
No, this is our first time. Yeah.
I haven't given a movie.
Movie-wise, anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. This was just this. It was. That's the thing. Simply at the end of the day, this was just a mess of a film. It was just like
definitely.
It felt like bad CGI across the board, bad storytelling across the board. Every single time Ezra Miller was on screen, I didn't want to see him whatsoever, and not because of the stuff he's done in real life and everything like that. I just never liked him as the Flash, as this type of character.
He's awful. He's always been awful. I've always advocated that he's terrible.
The thing as well, they've like tried to change his character in this compared to what Zack Snyder had him in like Justice League and everything like that. He's like playing a totally different version in this, and I hated him even more.
He's playing 2 different versions in this, and both of them were equally hateable. But the worst part about this is it means that it's going to be a while until we get a good Flash movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, it's the first proper Flash movie apart from that TV one that was kind of just TV episodes. But anyway, it's not good. I want a good Flash movie. He's one of my favorite superheroes.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing. The Flashpoint comic book is one of the best comic books ever made. And I love it. As well, if you're not reading into comic books, actually just go and watch the animated film that they did for it.
Yeah. The animated DC films are very similar.
Yeah, that was really, really well done. And I really want to see that one day, and hopefully James Gunn does eventually do it, does his own Flashpoint in another decade or so, maybe, where things are going. And we do see like this character get some justice, and actually see a decent Flash movie, if not a decent, at least start with a decent actor who is Flash,
someone who's blonde and charismatic and charming and funny.
Yep.
Not Ezra Miller, not someone who goes around committing crimes
and putting babies in microwaves. Just don't do that. Don't do that whatsoever. Why did they put that in the beginning of the film with bad CGI babies? It was just
CGI babies never look good. No, they never learn. Hollywood never learn. Don't CGI the babies because it never looks good.
Yep.
Anyway, should we final thoughts and get the hell out of here?
Yeah, final thoughts, and we get the hell out so we can go back in time and make sure this movie never gets made.
Yeah.
Just
all right, Barry, kick it off. Tell us what you thought.
Yeah, so obviously you could tell that we did not like this film whatsoever, even though we were looking forward to it and everything like that. And that's the thing, I was so happy to see Michael Keaton returning as Batman. I was so happy when the theme music started to play and everything like that. We saw the Batcave lighting it up and everything like that. I was like, this is my childhood right here. And it was nice to see Ben Affleck one last time as Batman. That's the thing to me. Ben Affleck still in my mind is, I have always felt like he's always was meant to be Batman, but with what's happened over like the past few years with DC and everything like that, we never got to see him be like, they showed that Batman like the true justice he deserved as playing Batman. I feel like if he had his own film made, which was originally slated and everything like that, we would have seen probably the best incarnation of Batman, but unfortunately we never got to see that. But I'm still happy that he came back.
He's too old.
Now he's too old.
Oh, well.
Yeah, and Jeremy Irons
Maybe
came
he'll come back
and
in the next Flash movie.
yeah, I just hope they cast someone new. I just want like another new Batman, start it fresh again. You know,
reset everyone.
We still got Robert Pattinson's Batman coming in. I hope they do better with the second one. I'm still very wary about his Batman. Still hasn't won me over quite yet. Still hasn't won me over quite yet.
He'll grow into it. I feel like he'll grow into it. Yeah, next one or two movies.
This was just a total, complete mess of a film. 3 out of 10 would not watch again.
Oh, okay. Well, Barry, you copied my rating because I'm also giving it a 3 out of 10. One of those points is for Michael Keaton's Batman. Another point is for the Supergirl. Yeah. And then another point is for this movie was so stupid and funny to laugh at. We told you what happens. Don't go see this movie. Don't keep your hopes up for a sequel with Ezra Miller because I can't. It won't happen. At least it better not happen. We're gonna go back in time.
It better not happen.
Make sure it doesn't happen.
Yeah. But yeah, we actually copied both each other's ratings for today's because we also gave the same rating for one another for Extraction. Look at that. We don't schedule this. There's no script we're reading off. This is all just improv. No. We have no idea what we're doing for these podcasts, even though we're 15, 16 episodes in. So.
Yes. So thank you.
So on this line, script 5,
another podcast. Oh, Barry, you missed a line there. We make sure to. All right, we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Do all the things. Download the podcast. Follow us on things. Tell us, but introduce the podcast to all of your friends, or we will microwave your baby.
We'll get Ezra Miller to come and microwave your baby.
Oh, God. All right. Let's get out of here, bro.
See you, everyone. See you next time.
That's the wrong outro. I used the wrong intro.
Oh, no. Man. See you next time, everybody. See you next time. All right.
This movie did things for us. Right out, brain.
Going back in time. Gonna get Eric Stoltz and Back to the Future. So welcome back to the behind the scenes of We Talk Film.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That wasn't staged. I clicked the wrong thing. I forgot to remove. I haven't removed the old intro outro and it's still called intro outro. So I just clicked on it. I was like, I want to go home.
Yeah. We need to get rid of that.
Because that movie was a mess.
Yeah, so this podcast is a mess.
Yeah, but an enjoyable mess.
Exactly. Bingo. Bingo bongo.
Bingo bango. Oh,
Bingo
man.
bango.
I forget we do the behind the scenes for these things.
We do now. Look at that. More behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. We're getting there. I mean, we're on a break now, so you and I can actually get on top of things over the next week, or 3 weeks anyway. I'm planning this week. This week we'll have the YouTube stuff up and running. So I'm hoping before next week's episode, we can be like, hey, we've got the YouTube stuff up and going now, so we can promote it on next week's podcast. So yes, welcome YouTube listeners to the behind the scenes of We Talk Film, starring Low-Key Berry in his lo-fi radio voice and Clayton as always.
Hello, I am also here.
Hello, I am also here. I am robot.
Gotta put on the like jazzy. We can have some dramatic piano.
Dramatic piano music.
It all started in the dawn of 1984.
The year was
Where
1984.
Ray was just a child.
Oh, that was 1884.
I told that Dancy down on Broad Street with his mind.
And it was when we first heard that Eric Stoltz was going to be in Back to the Future.
Oh God.
Oh God! Need to change the timeline. Quick, go kill Ezra Miller's mom. Put microwave. Put babies in the
Doc, are
microwave.
you telling me that if I go back in time, it's going to be Eric Stoltz instead of me? Yes, Marty. We got to go back in time and stop your mom from having Eric Stoltz as a kid instead of you. Oh. Well, that's heavy, man. Oh God.
Just what a film. What a absolute mess of a film. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm still just like confused as to why so many people on the internet are just loving it. I'm just like, why? It's like, what's wrong with you?
Who are these people?
Crazy people.
Who are these
Maybe
people?
they're just like stupid stuff. I don't know. But like, if this is what they're gonna be like planning to do, this type of stuff for the future of like DC, I am very concerned. I am very concerned right now.
You know what? You know what this movie should have been and would have worked better as?
What?
A Plastic Man movie. If this style was just a Plastic Man movie,
that would have made so much more sense. It would have been so much more better.
Yeah. Just replace Ezra Miller with Plastic Man, and it's like Plastic Man somehow goes back in time and fucks with things. That would have been great.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because I would say
can
like
we get a Plastic Man movie?
James Gunn is probably going to be like, hey, who wants to be Plastic Man? Who do you think would make a good Plastic Man?
I would love me.
Well, if we couldn't get you because you know you're such a famous celebrity all the time and everything like that, who would actually be a good Plastic Man?
That's a good question. Oh,
if you don't know who Plastic Man is, everyone, he's a DC character that's basically like Miss Elastic and stretches and everything like that, but he just calls himself Plastic Man.
And he's really stupid and funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that one time he turned himself into Wonder Woman's chair and she didn't notice till she got.
I was actually the other day talking about Plastic Man. I was watching it. Do you know the game Grumps? Like YouTube channel. Yes. They have Ben Schwartz on like regularly, the guy that voices Sonic and everything like that. And he was talking about characters he would like to play. And he said Plastic Man. I could totally see him playing as Plastic Man.
Yeah, okay.
That would be so cool. Yeah, Ben Schwartz as Plastic Man. I would love to see that. I would. That
would be kind of cool.
If not, there's a few people online saying John Mulaney, the comedian.
Mulaney, yeah.
Mulaney, yep.
He could work. He could work. He was Spider-Ham. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. A lot of people saying Andy Samberg as well. I think he might be a bit too old now, but you know,
yeah,
it could work. What else have we got here? Bill Hader.
Maybe.
Yeah. Nah, I would still prefer Ben Schwartz at this point. I think he could pull away with that weird, wacky, charismatic way of it. And then some people just going like real, like sexy looking gentlemen with it, with like Matt Bomer from White Collar, Carl Urban from Dredd, and John Hamm from Mad Men. I'm just no. Get John Hamm to be Superman or something. John Hamm is an underappreciated actor who can do so much more. Actually, get him to be a villain or something. Because in Baby Driver, when he played the villain guy, I was like, I want to see more of that John Hamm.
Who could he be good as? Maybe
John
Lex
Hamm?
Luthor or something.
Ooh. Let's have a look at like DC characters.
Brainiac, maybe?
Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing John Hamm as Brainiac.
Or maybe him voicing like Gorilla Grodd or something. That could be cool.
I could even see if he got into shape and everything like that. Could be like Deathstroke or something like that.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? Did you know that they announced the rest of the Mortal Kombat casting?
Oh, for the movie?
Yeah, for MK2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bunch of actors. They all look the part, and then you have
Yeah.
Carl Urban as Johnny Cage,
Oh, so he is.
which
That
I
is
don't know.
confirmed now.
He's confirmed to be Johnny
Oh,
Cage.
okay.
Yes,
That is great. Okay. I am happy. I am going to see that film
I'm
now
all for it.
just because of that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's better than the first one. I'm still in the boat that I did not like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching a couple clips of it again the other day, and even I was still like, yeah, it is pretty bad.
Yeah,
Pretty bad. But now that they've got Carl
pretty
Urban in it,
bad.
it could be so much better.
Whoa. Yeah, and even if it's bad, at least he's gonna be good in it. I mean, he's
Yep.
good in everything.
But no, I'm trying to think, like, who would John Hamm be good
Oh, bless you.
as? Power Girl?
Good
Definitely.
question.
Give him some big tits.
Whoa! I love Power Girl.
Whoa. I don't know, maybe like the voice for Spectre or something like that.
Don't know.
If they had like,
Maybe
if
like
it
Doctor
depends,
Fate.
yeah, or if they were had like a middle aged or a bit older Hal Jordan, I could see him playing as that, like a more experienced Green Lantern, Hal Jordan.
Don't know.
And then like they
Maybe
could do like the whole
Sinestro.
Carl Rayner
Chuck him in a
type
Sinestro.
thing.
I'm not a fan of Carl Rayner, man.
Yeah, no, I still prefer Hal.
No.
That was my favorite. Guy Gardner was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I always found him really annoying. I
yeah,
think that's
yeah.
kind of the point. Alright, I'm downloading the Flash logo so we can use that in our thumbnail.
Oh, great. Do we want to use it?
That's good. It's a good question, do we?
I mean, put
We
it
can use
on
the
there. We are
Drax
talking about
logo.
the Flash, so
Yeah, we are. I suppose we
yeah.
are. Whoa. Google
Whoa!
Chrome just went black. Oh, I can't see anything.
Oh no! Oh no! Go lose the
Uh-oh.
podcast.
No, because the podcast is exported and downloaded. I'm just, Google Chrome not. Oh, no, it's back.
It does that every now and again.
Yay, we did it. Okay, save image as.
But yeah, a lot of people like really want obviously Booster Gold to be Chris Pratt as well. I've seen that a lot. I'm just like, it makes sense. It makes sense.
He's basically Star-Lord. It works. Booster
Yeah.
Gold would be really cool.
Yeah. And then it's obviously like who's going to play Swamp Thing as well.
Oh yeah, Booster Gold would be a hell of a way to do a Justice League movie. Like, imagine it's just Booster Gold goes back in time and the Justice League's there. You don't have to set him up. It's just he's our outside eyes into the Justice League.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because
then they don't need to do solo movies.
Well, they obviously their first one to kick it off is going to be the solo Superman film. So
yeah, well, no, that makes sense. But it's like Booster Gold to just be like the main guy in a Justice League movie.
Yep.
Like, that could be cool.
That would be cool. Like,
he comes back and he's like, "Oh, in the future, Brainiac's coming or something," and they're like, "Oh no, we could stop him." Yeah, cool.
Cool. Yeah,
you guys in the future are the Justice League. You have to get
oh my
okay,
god!
cool.
And then they like do like
boy.
all the different variants of all the superheroes. So they have like 90s outfit, like Nightwing, where he had like real big collars and had
I want to see a Nightwing,
that.
man. That would be sick.
Yeah, well, that's the thing because we're obviously going to be seeing an older Batman now because it's obviously going to be his son.
Yeah.
What's the son's name?
True.
Damian Wayne. Is actually going to be in Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah. So are they going to do a Bat Family thing?
I hope so. I really hope so.
To an extent, I hope so. I like some.
I want to see like just everyone. I want to see who's going to be Red Hood. I want to see who's going to be Nightwing. Even Red Robin to an extent. Because that's the thing as well. Like we are going to have. It's going to be a bit weird because we're going to have a younger Superman. As well, true. Which I'm all for. I am all for that because I want Batman to basically call him a Boy Scout the entire time when they like see one another or talk about him. Funny. I want him to just to be like you're a fucking kid.
Yeah. Episode 16. Wacky.
Man. And that's the thing, because then they could eventually
Yeah,
do like about Superboy and everything like that as well, which would be cool to see.
they could. They
One
could.
day. So it depends on how far they want to go with it all. And yeah, mainly get a better Flash. I hope we see a better Flash. I want to see the Green Lanterns get some justice. For once, I want to see a better version of Hal Jordan. If not Guy Gardner,
definitely.
depends on whoever. I just want to see Lanterns again. That's for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I want a Green Lantern movie.
And I would not be
Green Lantern movie.
surprised if they keep Zachary Levi as Shazam, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'd see it.
Yeah. And then obviously they're probably going to have Jason Momoa as Lobo, most likely, because James Gunn was in
a better Lobo.
Yeah, he was in a meeting. Well, Jason Momoa was in a meeting with DC about like, the future that he's doing, and he's like, "Yeah, no, everything's all good, but like I might not be Aquaman anymore, but I'm still going to be in the DC." So
fair. Again, I want a blonde Aquaman.
yeah.
It's like I want these characters to look like the characters.
Yeah,
that's so much to ask, Mr. Gunn.
Plus, because they're probably going to be like do the whole like new 52 DC timeline of things. Most likely, I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe. I hope they just kind of take inspiration from all of it and do their own thing. Because New 52 had its moments. What the fuck is going on with Photo P? My God.
Oh no, not New 52. What's like the new one?
Logo.
What's the new one? Because it's like
Rebirth.
When they gave Batman like, is it Rebirth? Because he's got like the gold now around his bat symbol.
Is Rebirth the newest one?
I don't know. It's a mess when it comes to comics, man.
I haven't kept up, man.
Because that's the thing. Are they going to recast Harley Quinn as well, or are they just going to keep Margot Robbie?
Oh, I hope not. I hope not.
I mean, she suits that role so much. That's the thing. They did Suicide Squad. So is Suicide Squad still going to be like the same? Because they're keeping John Cena as Peacemaker, which is a continuation. Because James Gunn already announced that after Superman, he's going to be working on season 2 of Peacemaker.
Well, I mean, I guess they can just be like, this is its own thing now. Or these actors are the same characters, but a new timeline sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, it doesn't really matter. James Gunn never really cared. Even when making like Suicide Squad, he's like, I don't give a shit what happened.
Yeah, there is an original draft of the script where Harley Quinn dies for his Suicide Squad film because the studio told him, kill off whoever you want. So he actually killed off the entire cast.
Oh God!
But then he was like, "Oh no, wait a minute, I'll keep her in."
They should have killed her off before we got that Harley Quinn movie.
Oh yeah.
The Fantabulous Birds of Prey or whatever. That was awful.
But yeah, I want to see like obviously like a proper Martian Manhunter, a proper Aquaman with blonde hair.
Yeah,
Flash.
A Martian Manhunter movie would be really cool. It's like a noir thing.
I'm like looking at a picture right now of like it seems to be.
I want a detective movie with Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, and it's got like Booster Gold and Batgirl and Green Arrow. Like Green Arrow coming to a movie, that would be cool. And then we've got Nightwing and Starfire together. There's Hal in the back. Mr. Miracle is there with Big Barda.
Yeah. That's right. He did marry Big Barda.
Yeah.
So wacky.
See, that character fits me so well because I want a tall ass girlfriend, man. Like Big Barda.
From Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Like the planet?
I want to be dominated. God.
Barry's already getting rid of our audience.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. You guys are gone already. See yous.
Oh, there's Dr. Fate in the back, and there's Hawk Girl and Hawk Man, and another Hawk person.
Yeah.
Wonder Girl all the way at the back.
I don't care about Wonder Girl.
Yeah. Black Canary. That would be cool to see live action.
Ooh, we could just throw... Green Arrow and Black Canary movie. Hell
yeah. But no, I really want to see Mr. Miracle. Mr. Miracle needs to come into James Gunn's DC universe. I feel like he's that type of character where he's a bit quirky.
Yeah. Bit quirky.
Also, Wildcat. we should see Wildcat in.
Oh, I hope. See, he's just kind of like aggro Black Panther.
Exactly.
I I never liked him. I always found him annoying. Maybe that's just because he's annoying in every cartoon that he's in.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just really annoying. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm trying to think just good DC things that they could do. There's just so much.
There is. There
Looking
is.
looking at my lineup of novels, I'm like, wacky. So many. Hopefully, I do a good Flash one.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
that would be nice. What else? Red Tornado. That would be cool to see.
Throw him in a Teen Titans movie. Make him like I am the robot that looks after you guys. And they're like, we don't need your robot guy.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
And
Red
I
Tornado.
hope
He's
they
kinda
bring
boring, isn't
in Brainiac as like a villain at some point.
Yeah, they rumors that he was going to be Superman Legacy's villain. They were going to do Brainiac straight away.
Okay, that would be nice.
I'm like, it could be cool. Kind of want Brainiac to be like a Justice League thing, but
I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot you could do with Brainiac.
yeah. I kind of want Superman Legacy to just be Lex Luthor as the villain or something. I know that's kind of
well, I know he's in the middle of casting Lex Luthor as well at the moment because of that podcast. He's just been like talking about Lex Luthor nonstop because he didn't like Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor or whatever.
Oh, yeah, he was very different in the comics, but I kind of liked it. Who'd be a good Lex Luthor? Not Jesse Eisenberg, please.
Oh no! Oh God, no! Bold actors. This is such bold actors. Patrick Stewart. But no, I could actually, John Hamm. It would actually be pretty cool to see John Hamm as Lex Luthor. Yeah, I would like to see that darker side of him. Also as well, Michael Fassbender.
I don't know. That's a weird one. Yeah. I don't know, Barry. That's a weird one.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's get RDJ. He can be Brainiac.
RDJ would be a great voice for Red Tornado. That's our Red Tornado.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be so good. You know, they could get Bradley Cooper as Booster Gold's little robot.
Yes. Yes.
Rocket and Star-Lord.
If they wanted to do a little bit of a change up, Idris Elba as Brainiac, but like with an American accent type thing, not British.
With a British accent.
Not British.
With a full British accent, British Brainiac. That'd be kind of cool.
But like, yeah, like a very formal, sounding like American accent, which I know he can do because he's done American accents in quite a few things. I could actually see, him doing that. That would actually be kind of cool.
Would be kind of cool.
Danny DeVito and then we need, as Brainiac? Sure.
We need Carl Urban as Captain Boomerang.
Yes.
That'd fit. Or even the guy from the first Suicide Squad. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, because he died in the second one, remember?
He died at the start of the second one, that's right. And I was pissed because that one was really cool.
I was just like, why did you kill him off? And I was like, oh, okay, you got to kill off whoever you wanted. Okay. I understand.
But he picked him. Oh.
If not, the guy that plays or is going to play Blade. What's his name? Mahershala
Ali.
Yeah, as Brainiac.
Maybe. Good fit. I don't know. Brainiac's a weird one. It's because you're hidden under a lot of makeup. It's more of the vocal performance. And I don't know.
Well, just get what's his name? The guy that played the High Evolutionary.
Chudwick or whatever his name was.
Yeah. There we go.
Iwuji or something.
Iwuji, yeah. Just get Chudwick. That would work.
It's kind of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 again.
Exactly. But, it's like, do it, but make it better than Guardians.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sure. Yeah. They can do Brainiac really well.
They can. Yeah.
They gotta make him like Ultron level of insane though. He's gotta be wiping out cities and stuff. Shrinking cities. Like shrinking cities.
Yep.
Oh god, I hope they don't shrink cities. I hope he's just like, I'm destroying cities. Who else could they do? That's the thing, is the Justice League have a couple big bads?
Yeah.
Not as many as like the Avengers or something. Kind of weird.
Well, that's the thing, because they're also doing the Woman of Tomorrow movie
Oh, yeah.
as well, which is based upon Supergirl. So Supergirl's getting her own film,
Good. I'm all for that. I like
which is going to be a blonde Superwoman, I would hope, maybe.
Yay! I
And
hope so.
probably we're going to see her, Crypto as well coming into that film.
Yeah, he's going to be in Superman Legacy. They confirmed that.
Oh, he's
James
actually going
Gunn
to be
said he
Superman. Ooh, okay.
He
so
said he's put Crypto in the movie.
Oh, yes. Well, that's probably how they got to internet connected. They're probably going to have like Supergirl show up in Superman Legacy, maybe.
Maybe. And tease?
Yeah, because Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, the comic book they're basing the film upon, or that character upon, Supergirl character in James Gunn's DCU, was written by Tom King. Again, Tom King is an amazing comic book writer.
Oh, there's the Supergirl comic where she comes back. It's like an origin one, and Batman's not very trustworthy of her, and Batman and It's a Batman and Superman comic, but they discover Supergirl. Which one's that one? Because that one was really good. Can't remember, but I remember that one. I've got it. Yeah, I had a graphic novel somewhere over there, but
yeah,
that one was really well.
This one, she's basically like, she sees the destruction of Krypton from another planet, but she can't get back or some shit like that. And she actually sees Krypton like get destroyed.
Dun, 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 dun.
Epic adventures, and now she finds her life without purpose. She is a young woman on a planet destroyed.
Supergirl from Krypton?
Yeah, I haven't read that one.
It. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they discover Supergirl.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because the first era of James Gunn's DC is going to be Gods and Monsters. So
yeah,
he's gonna have all the creature ghoulies. That's why they're getting the Swamp Thing film made by James Mangold. I'm so looking forward to that. And obviously they got like Frankenstein and everything like that.
Nice. Oh yeah, the comic I was thinking of was made into one of the animated movies. Superman, Batman, Apocalypse.
Ah, yes. Yep.
Yeah, so that's that storyline. That one was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nearly uploaded.
Oh yeah, that Supergirl.
The Flash
book. I'm talking about the one by Tom King. Only came out last year. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I haven't read that one. I haven't read anything from probably 5 years ago upwards.
Yeah. Nah, Tom King's done a lot of like really good comic books. Not even like just superhero comic books. He's done some other stuff like the Human Target and everything like that.
Oh, cool. Oh no, I have read the Injustice storyline. I read that. That was cool.
Yeah, Injustice is cool.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, he did a Green Lantern one? Oh, the Omega Men. Ooh, okay.
The Omega Men. That's a terrible name. Sounds like a 80s boy band. Like they'd hang out with men without hats or something.
Omega Men, the end is here.
Sounds like a gay bar, man.
And then he did Batman and Catwoman, Batman One Bad Day. Oh, which was like the origin story to what's his name? Paul Dano's Riddler.
Yes. I think I've read that one too.
And they did Heroes in Crisis, and then his Strange Adventures, which is Adam Strange is hero Ran. I don't know if you ever heard of that character.
Briefly.
Yeah. Another weird, wacky character that I know James Gunn really loves. And I actually want to get a copy of this comic.
I have the DC characters encyclopedia as well sitting there. So it's like, I'll be looking these people up, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'll go through and be like, that's John Hamm, that's Obama, that's whoever.
Yeah. And then obviously he also did the great Mr. Miracle. Oh, comic book.
Yeah.
He didn't create the character. I get that, but the book that he did
for a long time
was absolutely amazing. But yeah, Mr. Miracle was created by, drumroll please, the co-founder of MCU, Jack Kirby.
Oh, that's right, because he did a little stint over at DC.
Yes.
For a little bit, didn't he?
And this is why I still want you to read and dig in more about Tom King's Mr. Miracle comic book, because it's actually
I will
it
read that
is
comic.
a reflection upon Jack Kirby's life, but as Mr. Miracle in a way, how he wrote it.
I will read that comic if I can find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Just probably look up it on Google or something.
Yeah, you can just probably watch a video on it.
Yeah, I'm sure Comic Storian will have like a Mr. Miracle full thing.
Yep. But yeah, because the one that Tom King wrote about was basically like his like kind of homage to Jack Kirby in a way, and it was very much like if Mr. Miracle was Jack Kirby almost, and these are all the events that happened to Jack Kirby, but also in story wise with Mr. Miracle. Well, obviously there is a character that's meant to represent Stan Lee being an absolute asshole and everything like that, which is phenomenal. But yeah, did you also see on Disney now they got the Stan Lee documentary out?
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet.
to watch it because it looks cool.
Yeah,
looks cool. There's that one, and then there's the Arnie one on Netflix that also looks kind of cool. I want to kind of delve into
Pumping Iron.
No, it's just called Arnold.
Oh,
a new
that's
one.
lame.
Came out like a week ago. It's about his whole life, so it gets into all of the movies and stuff he's made, and up till he becomes governor. So I kind of want to watch it for the movie side of it.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll definitely watch the Stan Lee one at some point because that looks cool.
Yeah, I need to get around.
Big fan.
That.
Big fan of Stan Lee.
Big fan of Stan Lee.
Excelsior.
Remember when Eric Stoltz was in Back to the Future?
That's another thing. DC doesn't have a Stan Lee. They never really have.
No.
It's kind of wacky. Like you don't think about that. It's like everyone knows Batman. Everyone knows Stan Lee. No one can tell. A general person couldn't tell you who wrote a Batman comic. Name a Batman writer. Who fuck knows?
Yeah.
Who's Stan Lee? Oh, he did this. It's weird.
Yeah.
Wonder why that is.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think this is because like with DC, and the reason why DC is like so much more diverse is because it is like a whole bunch of different people compared to like just one people. And that's the thing, because a lot of the original like characters that you have for DC were originally owned by different companies at one point.
Yeah, that's true.
And everything like that.
Marvel was kind of a couple of people just creating and churning out characters every week.
Yeah, yeah. And like it all fell under one where like obviously with Superman was Action Comics, Detective Comics, everything like that. It wasn't for a long time until you actually had DC Comics. And then still a lot of the characters, well, like Captain Marvel or Shazam and stuff like that, they just like brought out another company to like have that character in it. Stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh, well, that's funky. The audio's good, but at the very start, when I've played the song, it has a little bit like of it that's really like sped up for a second, but it works. It's like, and it added a Flash vibe because it looked like it was sped up for a second. It did that. Yeah,
it is the Flash episode. It is the Flash episode.
When it's up, have a listen to the first like second of it, and you'll see what I mean. That was like really cool.
Nice.